Tom was alone on Mars. He wasn't a scientist. He wasn't a hero. It was just a cleaner. The Martian research base had been empty for months. Everyone had gone back to Earth. Only Tom stayed behind to clean the last sections before shutdown. He didn't mind the silence. In fact, he liked it. No bosses, no noise, just red rocks and quiet. But that morning, something changed. Tom heard a sound. A boom, ... far in the distance. Like something crashing. He looked out the window. Nothing but dust and red sand. Still, the sound felt real. Heavy. Like the ground had spoken. Curious. He put on his suit and stepped outside. The Martian wind blew. Softly. The sky was pink. He walked toward the sound, across the rocks. After 15 minutes, he saw something half buried in the sand. A capsule. It was black and smooth. Not like any human tech. It had no markings, no buttons, no doors. But it was glowing a soft blue light, like a heartbeat. Tom's heart raced. "This isn't ours," he whispered. He touched the capsule. It was warm. He looked around. Number. Cameras. No one watching. He had two choices: report it or bring it in. But Earth was far. Messages took time. Honestly. He was curious. Tom brought it back to the base, dragging it with his rover. Inside the lab, he placed it on the floor. He grabbed his cleaning tools. Maybe it was just dirty. Maybe it was nothing. He sprayed it with water. Suddenly, the capsule made a sound. Hiss. The blue light grew brighter. A crack appeared. Then another. The top opened with a soft hiss. Like a breath. Tom jumped back. Inside, was a girl. She looked human, but not fully. Her skin was smooth and silver pale. Her eyes were closed. Hair floated like it had no gravity. And there was a symbol on her neck, glowing blue, same as the capsule. Tom stared. Was she alive? He took a step closer. Then, her eyes opened. Bright, shining, silver blue eyes. They stared at him, calm and clear. Not afraid, not surprised. And then, she whispered, "Scrub me human. Spray me with water, and I'll bond with you." Tom froze. "What? Did you say?" The girl didn't move. She just stared. He stepped closer, his hand shaking. "Who are you? Are you okay?" No reply. Just the same words, quiet and soft. "Scrub me human. Spray me with water." Tom didn't know what to do. Was this a test? Was he dreaming? He reached out and touched her shoulder gently. Her skin was warm, not cold like a machine, not hot like danger. It's just warm. Then he sprayed a little water on her arm. Her skin shimmered. It's like liquid metal. The symbol on her neck pulsed. She opened her mouth again. Bond started. Tom backed away. Wait, no. I didn't agree to anything, but something changed. The air felt different, heavy. Electric. His hand, the one that touched her, began to glow faint blue. The same color as her neck. "What is happening?" he whispered. She sat up slowly. "I was waiting," she said in a calm, soft voice. "You found me first. That means you're mine." Tom shook his head. No, I'm not anyone's." But she smiled. Not evil, not sweet. "Just sure you sprayed me. That means we're bonded now." That's the rule. Tom wanted to run, but his legs didn't move. He asked who made that rule. She looked up at the ceiling as if remembering. "My makers. They built me for this, to bond, to protect." Tom's mind was spinning. "You're a weapon?" She looked at him. "I am whatever my bonded human needs." Then suddenly, the base lights flickered. The ground shook. A distant alarm beeped, not from the base, from the sky. Something was entering Mars orbit. Tom looked at her. "Are they coming for you?" She didn't answer, but her eyes turned. Sharp. "They don't like failure," she whispered. And I escaped. Tom's throat was dry. He stepped back. This is bad. She stood up fully now. Taller than he thought. Stronger too. They'll want me back, she said. But now that we're bonded, they'll want you too. Tom blinked. She placed her hand on his shoulder. If they take me, she said softly, you die too. I can't. Asterisk, Tom couldn't breathe. Not because there was no air, but because the girl's hand on his shoulder made everything feel ... heavier. The room wasn't cold, but his skin had goosebumps. Then she spoke, but not with her mouth. Her voice echoed inside his head. You touched the seal. The water completed it. Now we are linked. Tom stumbled backward, crashing into a metal table. Beakers fell, shattering like glass raindrops. What do you mean, ... linked? His voice trembled. His hand the one, glowing with faint blue lines, was now pulsing with light. Not painful. Just strange. Alive. The girl tilted her head, studying him like he was the experiment. I was designed to choose, she said, but not like this. I was asleep. You woke me early. Tom's chest tightened. I was just cleaning. You were dirty. I sprayed you. That's it. You touched me, she said. That was enough. Suddenly the room lights blinked again. Then once more, low hum filled the bass, deep and mechanical. Tom rushed to the control panel. The radar screen showed a dark object moving fast above Mars. A ship, not human. He looked back at her. Who's up there? Who's coming? Her eyes darkened. The ones who lost me. It's the ones who made me. They do not share. Tom grabbed a wrench from the shelf. I'm just a cleaner. I can't fight aliens. She stepped closer, her bare feet silent on the metal. Floor, you don't have to fight, she said. You only have to stay alive. As long as I'm near, you'll adapt. Fast, strong. But if we are separated, ... the bond will fail. And I'll die, Tom said, finishing her sentence. She nodded. There was silence between them. Just the soft hum of the ship getting closer. Then, without warning, she walked to the water tank and placed both hands on it. The liquid inside began to glow, turning from clear to blue. What are you doing? Tom asked. I need more strength. Waking early cost me energy. Glow moved through her arms, down her legs. Her skin became brighter, metallic, but still soft-looking, like living silver. Tom looked away, then looked back. What? What are you? She turned to him. Something between life and machine. They called us bond units. Weapons with a soul. Tom took a deep breath. I don't want to be part of this. It doesn't matter, she said. You already are. She walked past him, stopping at the hallway. The radar beep grew faster. The ship was directly above now. Tom asked, Do you even have a name? She paused. Lyra. It was the first soft thing she'd said.
Hey, for a moment.
She sounded human. Tom nodded slowly. I'm Tom. I know, she replied. I saw it in your mind. Before he could respond, the base shook. A loud sound came from the roof, like claws scraping against steel. They're here, she said. You must decide now. Stay with me. ... or run alone. Tom looked at the exit door. The rover was parked outside. But how far could he go on a dead planet with a ship above? He looked back at her. She was glowing. Calm, ready. Something deep in his chest, instinct, maybe told him the truth. Running was useless. Stepped beside her. All right, Lyra. What do we do? She smiled, not with joy, but with relief. We survive. Tom woke up screaming, but not in his room. Not on Mars, not even in his body. He stood inside a burning city, silver towers crashing around him, sky filled with black machines. He ran, feet not his own, heart racing with panic, turned a corner and saw her, Lyra, chained to a wall, crying without tears. Then everything turned white. He opened his eyes, gasping. He was back on the base floor. Same room, same dust. Lyra stood beside him, her hand on his forehead. What was that? He asked, his voice raw. A memory, she said quietly. Mine, now also yours. Tom sat up, shaking. That wasn't just a dream. I felt it. I smelled the smoke. I heard people dying. Lyra nodded. Our bond is sinking. My memories are becoming part of your mind, but your human brain is not ready. Not yet. Tom got up slowly. So, every time I sleep I'll see your past. Not all of it, she said. Only what matters. Only what I remember strongest. Tom stared at her. That city, what happened to it? She looked away. They built us there, hundreds of us. Bond units, most were failures. I was different. I learned to feel. Tom's voice dropped. And they destroyed it all? They said we became too human, she whispered. So they ended it. Silence filled the room. It's only the hum of machines in the background. The base felt colder now. Tom walked to the console, still trying to understand what he had seen. Checked the scanner. The alien ship above Mars was still circling but not landing. Why haven't they come down? He asked. They're watching, Lyra said. Waiting to see if I'm alone. They don't know I've bonded. Tom frowned. That's good, right? No, she said. It means they'll use fire from the sky and they won't care what burns. Tom turned sharply. They'll bomb the whole area. Lyra's eyes met his. If they think I'm unstable, yes. Tom's throat dried. So what do we do? You have to learn? Lyra said, quickly. You must access more of my memory. You need to know how to control the bond. Before Tom could reply, she reached out, placing two fingers on his temple. His eyes rolled back. He was inside her again, but this time in space. Stars drifted by. Lyra floated inside a glass chamber, hooked to wires. Men in white coats watched from outside. They spoke in a language Tom couldn't fully understand, but he felt her fear, her loneliness, then the pain. They injected something into her chest. Her body jerked. She screamed. Not with sound, but with thought. Pure terror. Tom tried to pull away, but he couldn't move. He felt everything she felt. And then she looked at one man, a kind face, soft eyes. He mouthed one word to her. Run. Chamber opened. Alarms rang. Lights flashed red. She broke free, ran, hunted, escaped. Tom fell to the floor, gasping. His nose was bleeding. Lyra knelt beside him, too fast. I'm sorry. Tom wiped the blood. That man. The one who helped you. Who was he? My creator, she said. But not like the others. He wanted me to live. Tom's voice was weak. Why are you showing me this? Because you need to know what I escaped from, she said, and what's coming. He looked up at her, eyes heavy. I'm not like you. I'm just a man. With a mop. Lyra placed a hand on his arm. Not anymore. Just then, the base alarm started again, different this time. A deeper tone. Emergency lock override. Tom checked the screen. They're trying to open the outer doors. Someone's hacking the system. Lyra stood. They're not waiting anymore. Asterisk, the door was breathing, at least. That's how it felt to Tom. The metal airlock door at the west wing pulsed in and out like a giant lung. Something was on the other side. Not knocking, not shouting. JUST pressing. Quiet, steady. Then it hissed. A small puff of cold gas escaped from the edges. Not from pressure, but from hacking. From forced override. Tom whispered, there. Inside, Lyra didn't answer. She was already moving. Her skin shimmered again, thin lines of light running across her arms. Her eyes had no fear. Only purpose. Tom grabbed a flashlight and the heavy wrench from the floor. What do they want? They want to reset me, she said. Back to factory mode. Tom frowned. And me. They'll erase you. Tom swallowed hard. Right? A voice came through the base speaker. Not human. Flat. Robotic. Cold. Unit B7, you have broken protocol. Your bond is unauthorized. Power down now, and only the human will be deleted. Tom shook his head. That's a terrible deal. They're lying, Lyra said. They always lie. They ran down steel corridors, past empty labs and storage units. Tom's legs ached. His lungs burned. But Lyra ran like wind, graceful and fast. Every turn she made, she knew exactly where to go. She wasn't just running. She was leading. Tom asked, "Where are we going?" "Maintenance shaft," she said. "Leads to the underground bay." "But you knew about it?" "I saw it in your mind," Tom huffed. "Remind me never to think about bathrooms around you." Didn't laugh, but she almost smiled. Behind them, the door gave way. It didn't explode. It simply ... melted. A dark figure stepped inside, tall, wrapped in armor that looked like bone and wire. Its face was smooth, no eyes, just a shifting surface like black oil. Another followed. Then a third. They moved like ghosts, silent, precise. Tom and Lyra reached the shaft. She kicked open the cover with one blow and slid inside. "Go," she said. Tom hesitated. "Are you coming?" She looked back. "If I don't, close the hatch." "No way," Tom said. "We're bonded, remember?" Lyra stared for a moment, then nodded once. They dropped together into the darkness below. The maintenance tunnels were tight and narrow, filled with dust and old pipes. Their steps echoed. Tom whispered, "Why do they want you back so badly?" "Because I left," Lyra said. "I chose not to obey." Tom looked at her. "You were born in a lab, raised to follow orders, and now you're running across Mars with a janitor." "Straight ahead." "Yes, it's better." Tom smiled. "You're strange." "So are you." Suddenly, a noise behind them. A metal clang. Another, then silence. Tom held his breath. Lyra turned to him. "They're in the tunnels now." Tom whispered, "We can't outrun them." "I know." She stopped walking and faced a side panel, pulled it off. Behind it was a hidden control pad. "What's that?" Tom asked. "Old defense system. Not perfect, but it may slow them." She typed fast. The screen blinked. A low beep confirmed activation. A loud sound came from above, thick doors, ceiling locks snapping shut. Tom smiled. "Nice." Then they heard it. A scream, not human. Something between a machine and a beast. A roar filled with broken static. Tom's smile faded. "They're not just robots," he said. "No," Lyra replied. "They're upgraded. They sound angry. They always do." They reached the lower bay. The lights were dim. Dust danced in the air. In the corner stood something covered in a tarp. Tom asked, "What is that?" Lyra walked over and pulled it away. "A small escape ship. Still works?" he asked. "Only one way to find out." She powered it up. The screen lit green. "Fuel, 46%. Oxygen, 5 hours. Engine, ready." Tom grinned. "Looks like we're flying." Then the alarm changed pitch. It wasn't the base this time. It was the ship's radar. He looked at the screen. The dot was moving fast, toward them. "Someone else is in here," he said. Lyra turned, eyes glowing brighter. "They sent a hunter." Before they could move, the wall behind them cracked open like paper. From the hole, the hunter stepped out, taller than any human, arms like steel cables, and a face shaped like a skull with moving symbols across it. It didn't speak, it just ran toward them. Lyra shoved Tom aside and jumped. The floor exploded beneath her as they crashed into each other. "Silver and black," Tom shouted. "Lyra."
Ow.
No answer. Dust filled the air. Tom couldn't feel his hands. Not like numbness, not like pain, just ... different. His fingers moved, but not because he told them to. So they flexed on their own, smooth, controlled, quiet. Then they stopped. He looked down, the skin on his palms was changing patterns of pale blue light moving just beneath the surface, like slow waves. His veins glowed faintly. He whispered, "What's happening to me?" No one answered. Lyra was gone. He stood up slowly. The dust was still settling from the explosion. The hunter had crashed through the wall like a machine possessed, he remembered. The impact, the flash, Lyra pushing him out of the way. and now ... silence. The escape pod was half buried under metal debris. Smoke rose from its side. "Lyra." Tom called. Nothing. He pulled himself through the rubble, coughing. The air was thick with burnt plastic and ash. Then he saw her. She lay in the corner. Eyes closed, skin flickering between silver and dark gray. Like her energy was fading, he ran to her, knelt down. Hey, don't shut down. I need you." Her eyes opened just slightly. "You... Bonded too deep," she said softly. "My systems are inside you now." Tom blinked. "That mean you're not changing?" He sat back, heart racing. "No, I didn't ask for this." She gave a weak smile. "Neither did I." Suddenly, noise echoed in the hallway behind them. Heavy footsteps. Slow. Metal scraping. The hunter was still alive. Tom stood, looking down at his hand again. It wasn't just glowing now. It felt stronger. It's like it could crush steel. Lyra looked up at him. "You have part of me now," she said. "Use it." Tom stared at her, then turned to face the broken hallway. A shadow moved. He took one step forward. He didn't feel fear. He didn't feel pain. He felt ... ready. The hunter charged in. No roar this time, just pure speed. Tom didn't run. He raised his hand. The hunter swung first. A sharp blade-like arm aimed at Tom's chest. Tom moved without thinking. He ducked, grabbed the hunter's arm mid-swing, and slammed it into the ground. The floor cracked. The hunter twisted, trying to stand, but Tom's hand was glowing brighter now. Almost. White / blue. He struck again. One hit. Direct. The hunter flew back into the wall. Silenced, Tom stepped back. Breathing hard. Lyra watched from the floor, her eyes wide. "You moved like me?" Tom looked at his hands. "I didn't know I could." "You didn't?" "The bond taught your body." He ran back to her. "We need to move. That thing won't stay down for long." She tried to sit up but couldn't. "My core is unstable. I can't move fast." Tom grabbed a tool from the nearby shelf. A portable power. "Cell, I'm not leaving you. We're getting out. Together." She looked at him. "You are no longer just human." He smiled faintly. "Don't worry. I still hate cleaning." With Lyra over his shoulder, Tom climbed into the escape pod. Systems flickered, warnings everywhere. But the engine was alive. He placed her in the back seat, then sat down and started. The launch sequence as the pod rumbled. He glanced at the broken hallway. The hunter stood up again, metal arms sparking, head twitching. Tom whispered, come on, " 3 red lights turned green. Launch ready." The hunter jumped forward. Just as the pod fired into the sky, the exit hatch closing behind it. The pod shook violently as it escaped the base. Through the small window, Tom saw the Martian sky blur into red, then black stars appeared. He didn't cheer. He just breathed. Then Lyra's voice reached him, not from her mouth. "You handled that well." He looked at her. Her eyes were closed. She was speaking directly into his thoughts again. He smiled. "I improvised. We're not safe yet." Tom checked the scanner. One red dot was still following them. Another ship, fast, gaining speed. He looked back at her. "Any chance I got laser eyes with this bond?" She smiled weakly. "Not yet." Tom woke up to the sound of a heartbeat. But it wasn't his. It echoed around the ship, deep, rhythmic, mechanical. Like the walls were alive. Like the ship itself was breathing. He sat up fast. Escape pod had docked, and the doors were already open. They didn't land on Earth. They didn't reach safety. They landed inside them. Inside the enemy's ship. He looked beside him. Lyra was still unconscious, breathing shallow. Her skin had lost its glow. Only her chest symbols still flickered. One slow pulse every few seconds. Tom touched her shoulder. She whispered something. A word he didn't understand. Then ... silence. Again, Tom stood. The air smelled like cold metal and static. The walls were covered in soft lights that moved like veins. Every few feet there were panels, some open, some flickering, revealing black wires that pulsed like nerves. It wasn't just a ship. It was a living lab. A voice came from above. Calm, flat, too familiar. "Welcome back, Subject B7. Welcome home." Tom's eyes narrowed. "I'm not her. I'm me. You were never meant to be." The light shifted. Path opened down a hallway. He didn't want to walk it, but Lyra needed help. He lifted her again and followed the path. They entered a large chamber, cold and silent. Dozens of pods lined the walls. Inside each one, ... people. Some looked human, some didn't. All were still. Tom stared at them. One pod caught his eye. The person inside looked exactly like him. Same face, same build, same scar above the eyebrow. He took a step back. No way. "You are Unit T-42, the voice said. "Prototype bond partner for Unit B7. You are not the first. But you are the first to last this long." Tom whispered. "You made clones of me?" "Of course. The bond requires biological balance. Many versions failed. Most broke under memory transfer. But you ... you're stable." He looked down at his glowing hand. "Because of Lyra." "Incorrect. Because of progress." "You are not special, Tom. You are simply ... next." Tom felt rage rising. He looked at Lyra. She trusted him. She chose him. And now he knew the truth. She was never free. None of this was her choice. Just programming. It's design. He shook his head. "No, I'm not your tool. You are already ours." The pods began to open, one by one. Clones of Tom, clones of Lyra, some waking, some screaming, some already dead inside. It was hell in science form. Suddenly Lyra gasped. She sat up, eyes wide, breathing fast. Her hand grabbed his wrist. "Where are we?" Tom looked at her inside their lab. "It's a real one." She turned her head, saw the pods. Copies. Her mouth opened slowly. "They didn't destroy the others. ... They stored them." "You were the favorite," the voice said. "But you were never free." Tom pulled her up. "Can you move?" She nodded, weak but steady. "If you help me, can overload their core." Tom looked at her. "You know where it is?" "I don't have to," she said. "It's calling me. We share the same system." He smiled grimly. "Good. Let's destroy it." They ran through the twisting halls. The lights turned red. Alarms echoed from every corner. "Do not resist," the voice repeated. "Turn to stasis, and you will be repaired." Lyra screamed back, "I am not broken!" Tom threw a metal rod at a wall speaker. It exploded in sparks. At the core room, the door was locked. Tom pressed his hand against the panel. Nothing. Then Lyra placed hers beside his. Together, their hands glowed brighter. The door melted open inside. A pillar of white light spun in a cage of black steel. The ship's heart. "Pull the link," she said. Tom hesitated. "Will it kill us?" She looked at him. "It will kill them." He nodded once. Reached together two hands, one bond, and pulled the main cord. The light pulsed. Then shattered. Everything went white. Tom floated in silence, not in water, not in space, in memory. Flashes of other lives passed around him, faces he never knew, places he never visited, screams he never screamed, but somehow they were his. He saw Earth burning, saw Mars overgrown with machines. He saw Lyra, 100 versions of her, laughing, crying, screaming, dying, all in a moment. Then nothing. He woke up gasping, cold metal beneath him. Sparks above. The core was destroyed. The chamber half collapsed. Everything was falling apart. He turned his head. Lyra. She lay nearby. Still. Too still. He crawled to her, voice cracking. No, come on. Say something. Her chest symbol was dark. No glow. No pulse. He held her face gently. You stopped them. You won. Now wake up, double quotes, silence, then. ... Her eyes blinked once. Why are you crying? She whispered. He laughed through tears. Because I thought I lost you. I'm harder to kill than that. Suddenly the walls cracked. Again, the voice returned, broken, glitching, system compromised. Project Bond, ... terminated. Initiating ship crash. Destination, Martian surface. Tom looked up. They're taking us down with them. Lyra sat up slowly. Then we don't let them. They ran through the shaking corridors, dodging fire and falling beams. Every screen on the ship glitched with red warnings. The clones were gone. Either escaped or destroyed when the core went down. Escape pod? Tom shouted. Lyra nodded. Last hangar? This way. They reached the hangar. The only pod left was cracked, leaking smoke. No time to fix it. Tom looked around. Any backup? Lyra turned to the wall and pulled open a hidden panel behind it. A small, single-person flight ring. A prototype EXO-escape. Tom frowned. Only one? She nodded. Double quotes, no, he said immediately. We go together. You'll survive, she said. You're stable now. You can make it. And you wasn't made to escape. She said, I was made to fight, to finish things. He grabbed her hand. Then we finished together. Suddenly, the floor gave way. Lyra pushed him hard into the ring. The system activated instantly, locking around him. He tried to climb out, but the shield locked in place. No, he shouted. Lyra, don't. She placed her hand on the glass, eyes glowing faintly. You changed me, Tom. You made me more than code. The floor beneath her crumbled. I'll always be in your mind, she said. And then she fell into the fire below. The ring launched. Tom shot through the hangar roof. Just as the ship exploded behind him, a wave of white heat followed, but the ring held. He rose through the dust, then dropped back toward Mars like a falling star. Sometime later, ... he stood on the Martian ground, suit cracked, oxygen low, eyes to the sky. Nothing remained above, just silence. He fell to his knees. She saved me, he whispered. She saved everyone then. A sound, soft, inside his head. I told you, ... we are bonded. He looked up fast. Lyra, I left enough of me in you. I am not gone. He touched his chest. The symbol had returned, faint, but real. He smiled, tears in his eyes. You're really in here? Always. He stood slowly, alone, but not alone. One step at a time, he walked across the red desert toward a new sunrise.